Honestly, look at Pep.
No, that's the fucking title. Man.
He did that deliberately. Serious.
Fucking title, man.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God.
It's
just fucking legendary status at top.
Yes, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the Chelsea news, we must talk about this epic game that we just saw. Oh my God, Spurs versus Manchester City. Honestly, I thought the script was very straightforward. Spurs, you should know, the fans, the rivalry is deep between Spurs and Arsenal. I thought from the get-go, Spurs players, it's a straightforward scenario. You go in there, you lay down, you allow City and just let them have their way and get an easy victory. No dramas required. Oh my God, Spurs, you did not read the script. You made this saucy. You made this interesting. Honestly, in the first half, I was worried for Manchester City. It was weird. They weren't up to their normal standards. They weren't up to the mark. Spurs were playing some really good football. They probably had some, half chances here and there to do some damage. Not Kulusevski. I think it was Bentancur first half. There was a shot. Honestly, that could have gone in. And then, of course, in the second half, we saw what Son did. Look, obviously, before that, Manchester City finally gets the goal in the second half. Lovely move, beautiful cross from Kevin De Bruyne, and then a tap-in finish. And then I was like elated. I was like, yes, no thank you to Spurs. Manchester City did by themselves. And then Edison gets injured. Ortega comes in. We're going to talk about Ortega. Ortega ended up being the man of the match, ladies and gentlemen, coming off the bench and literally playing like about 25 minutes or so in that particular match. If it wasn't for that Ortega, the one that we just saw Turkish react to, if it wasn't for that Ortega save, oh my God, we were dead. Absolutely. They would have to see Arsenal potentially lifting that trophy, Premier League trophy in the final day. But look, of course, Haaland gets the penalty, but you just don't know at that point, right? What a big save at that moment when Akanji slipped. Oh my God, just similar to what Steven Gerrard did years ago against Dembaba, if you guys remember. Of course you guys remember. I thought that was it. When Son was one-on-one, I was like, nah, that is going in 100%. But Ortega, ladies and gentlemen, he made some big saves all throughout as soon as he came into the match. Rightly so, the man of the match. I know Erling Haaland scored 2 goals, but it was Ortega. It was really all Ortega, and Edison was fuming when he got off the bench. But when he got on the bench and was injured, basically, they had to take him off. But Ortega, ladies and gentlemen, that's the kind of caliber of goalkeeper. Honestly, I would want at Chelsea football. That's Man City's number 2. And he's undoubtedly would be number 1 at Chelsea Football Club. He's a great shot stopper. His footballing IQ is fantastic. His ball distribution is very, very good. He's too good to be number 2. He is way too good to be number 2 at Manchester City. And I would love to see him at Chelsea. If there is an opportunity, we're looking for a goalkeeper. And I think he 100% makes us better. But what a dramatic finish. Ended up being 2-0. But my days. Oh, just for a moment, we all probably felt that Arsenal's going to go into the final day with everything all in their hands. But luckily, no. Manchester City finally get the win at a stadium where I think they've never won, apparently, and they've never even scored. I think they might have won in the FA Cup though, and they obviously scored. But in the Premier League, I don't think they've won as yet. So. Finally, that hoodoo is broken, and Manchester City. Oh my God, peace has been restored. Look, ladies and gentlemen, what a match! Let me know how you felt about that. I was on the edge. Honestly, There is no way I could see Arsenal winning this title. You can't. Honestly, you will not be able to bear what would go down in social media. Arsenal fans are already so difficult to bear, and they've not even won anything under Arteta besides that FA Cup. And, look at the way they're moving already, let alone imagine them winning the title. It will not be you will not be allowed to be in social media. That's the bottom line, honestly. So look, glad that's happened. Glad Manchester City's won. What an entertaining match. Let us know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section below, how you felt about that. Now let's get on the act of the latest Chelsea news. Look, we're going to talk about the match preview. Obviously, the watch along tomorrow, double watch along, by the way, because the Man United Newcastle match is equally important. We need Newcastle to drop points. I believe Man United is at home. So hopefully Man United can do some madness. At least get yourself a draw. Please, Man United, do something. Do something for us, mate, please. We, on the other hand, we must win. We must win. And this match against Brighton, this rivalry that we didn't want has started to blossom in the last couple of seasons. All the different transactions that we've had with Brighton, all the player exchanges, the manager exchanges, this, that, the other, we still seem to be connected with them. Roberto De Zerbi, there is still some form of cloud that maybe he is the next Chelsea manager, this, that, the other. But look, for the time being, we must beat Brighton away from home if we are serious about this. Look, yes, of course, just get the 3 points. I know the performance doesn't matter at this stage, but to a certain level, it kind of does, in the sense that match against Nottingham Forest, yes, it's very difficult, but we can't allow for players like Nicholas Jackson or Madueke to have an off day. We need people to be switched on, man. Against Brighton, look, I need players to be switched on. I need players to be ruthless. I simply cannot have players miss opportunities after opportunities and then maybe potentially Brighton score. Then we have to come back. Look, that is all too much for stress levels. I just want players to focus. How much do you want Europe? Which it looks like you do. I'm convinced now. After that Nottingham Forest match, the win, the comeback, sensational comeback, I'm convinced you want Europe badly. So let's go out there and let's put it on Brighton, who in recent weeks, for some reason, have started to click into gears a little bit. They got the victory against Aston Villa. They got a draw against Newcastle. Thank you so much, Brighton, for being able to get some points out of Newcastle. But now bend over backwards and let us ram it in, because we need to. We need to. So know your role and shut your mouth, Brighton. So hopefully you can do that for us. Let's have a look at some of the news that's been going through. A reporter, since Boxing Day, only 3 teams have picked up more points than Chelsea in the Premier League: Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Pochettino, do you know what? Pochettino starts clapping. I didn't get to watch the press conference because it was quite late. I went to bed late my time in Sydney, obviously not late UK time. But I saw the clips. This guy, look, all I'm going to say is that, brother, just keep winning. I know you're moving mad now. Some of your press conference I'm actually starting to like because obviously when you win, there's a bit of swagger about him. So when the journalist asked him that, we told him that stat and followed up with a question, Mauricio Pochettino starts clapping and he's like, yeah, come on. Look, no one from the get-go, he wasn't my preference. Everyone knows that. Mauricio Pochettino was not my preference. And I believe a lot of people didn't have Mauricio Pochettino as their preference. But at the end of the day, we're all here for Chelsea's success. We're all here to be proven wrong. All we want to see is Chelsea compete at the highest level and win some meaningful stuff. Now, if that's Pochettino who's helping us do that, I've got no issues with it. I've got doubts about it, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. So go out there, keep winning, get us to Europa. You're most likely going to get next season. Get us to Champions League football, and then you continue on moving that way. Because if that's the case, no one's going to have any issues with it. We just need to see success. This season, in a predominant view, has not been success. And a lot of the times, I think manager has faltered as well. Yeah, look, not all of the issues are on him. There's been plenty other issues outside of him. Players, directors, owners, vision, this, that, the other. But the manager as well is definitely culpable. But this is a good side. There's a good side of Pochettino, showing a little bit of swagger, showing a little bit of cockiness. When that stat came, when that journalist talked about that stat. Next up, Pochettino. Next season, I'm going to start, and I don't want to say we're young or injuries. I hope we can talk about the evolutions or in a tactical way. Look, once again, doing the right talk. These are the certain things that Pochettino was saying earlier on this season. He was doing a lot of the right talks, and then eventually those talks disappeared, and now slowly those talks are coming back. Winning creates these talks, of course. I love the way he said that. I wish it was the case this season, because I honestly said from the get-go, I don't want to hear any excuses. I heard so many excuses last season. I don't want to hear any excuses this season, because last season was abysmal. This season we've got quite a lot of excuses. Next season, I like what Pochettino said here. No more excuses. No more talking about young and injuries. We know we're a young team. We know we have injuries. Next season, we're probably going to have injuries as well. There's not been a single season where everyone's been fit. Injuries are part of the game. But next season, I want to, as Poch said, I want him to talk more about evolution and the tactical way. Of course. So this is a very, very good piece of comment from Mauricio Pochettino. Next up, Pochettino says, you need to ask the fans if they like him. He says that he could have kissed the Chelsea badge 3 games in, but doesn't want to be fake, and instead he wants to create a real feeling. Oh, I appreciate that. You don't need to do that. I'm not one of those ones that you have to come out after the match and clap like Mason Mount, this, that, the other, kiss the badge like Lukaku, and then do a whole heap of madness in the interview. I don't want that. You be genuine, we be genuine, and it will naturally build. You keep winning games, you will naturally start getting respect. Beat Brighton. Beat Bournemouth in the final day. Get yourself into Europa League. Try and win the Europa League. Get into Champions League. And then keep competing. And the feelings between the manager and the fans will naturally grow. Press conferences will be nice to watch. Any interviews will be nice to watch. So yeah, no need to be fake. Absolutely no need to be fake. De Zerbi, we tried to bring Cole Palmer here at Brighton last summer. We thought he could be a top player. The qualities of Palmer are clear this season. He is playing very well, scoring a lot of goals. Look, I mean, here's another reason why you may think that perhaps Roberto De Zerbi maybe is penciled down as potential Chelsea manager. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know. You all know I rate De Zerbi a lot. I know a lot of people don't rate him. A lot of ex-managers in recent times have even talked down on De Zerbi. Like, what has he done? What has he won? He's always coming 10th, 8th, and this, that, the other. Look, he's not managed a top club. I'm sure he's going to get a top club very soon. You need to see his philosophy, and don't judge him by the fact that who he has at Brighton. Some of the players, the fact that they're competing is a big thing already. Do you know what I mean? Like they do punch above their weight. They 100% punch above their weight. So some of the ball that they play, they should not be able to play with the caliber of players that they have. So this comes down to coaching. Imagine he starts getting players that are actually technically damn well gifted. I'm not saying every single one of De Zerbi players are like that. No, there are certain players that they make catastrophic mistakes. You should have seen against Newcastle. One of the most recent examples, and there's plenty. Lewis Dunk, he keeps making all these crazy errors. Their goalkeeper sometimes makes crazy errors. Yes, there are times where structurally, okay, it's a bit off, but there's a lot of times where individual errors kill them, and the reason for the individual errors over there is De Zerbi is a big believer of 1v1 style of football. Everywhere around the pitch, 1v1. So, yeah, look, I'm sure Cole Palmer would have done really good at Brighton, but I'm so glad he's at Chelsea Football Club. And he's killed it at Chelsea Football Club. Whether he would have done this same level of damage at Brighton, I don't think so. I think being at Chelsea with a little bit more quality in and around than Brighton, I know a lot of people say, well, quality, Brighton's got some good. No, we definitely have more quality than them. There's no doubts about that. And this is probably one of the reasons why Cole Palmer's done well. No, look, and it's not just even about the quality. Cole Palmer himself has done really, really good without any assistance from any of the Chelsea players anyway. So look, he might have done really well at Brighton as well, but I'm not really sure whether he would have done exactly the same level of madness that he's created at Chelsea. So look, I'm glad Cole Palmer's our player and he didn't go to Brighton and we didn't have to buy him for 150 million. Do you know what I mean? Now we've got him for cheap and his value is 100% increased a lot. And on top of that, he will definitely be, I'm pretty certain, I think there's some rumors going around, the young Premier League Player of the Year award will go to him. So that's fantastic. So yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is I'm not going to go through the lineup. For me, the lineup still stays the same. I probably wouldn't think it. I would probably only think a few things. I'd only think Malo Gusto comes in. Chalobah becomes centre back with Thiago Silva. Malo Gusto comes in, Buddy Shield gets dropped. Kukurea still keeps his position. Mudryk, I'd still keep him on, keep everything on, and keep everyone else come off the bench and provide that impetus. Sterling, and Kunku and the likes, everything else. Madueke, everyone starts. Everyone as is starts, and we just continue on our business besides Malo Gusto. And obviously, Reece James off the bench will be brilliant. I don't expect him to start, but I think he'll be a sensational addition. I'm going with a score prediction of 3-1 Chelsea. I'm going with that. I think we should be able to get a victory against Brighton. One thing about Brighton is they're not very clinical up front. I'm not even sure why I'm giving them one. I'm just, I suppose, being polite. And they will, lay out a lot of opportunities for us. We will get a lot of opportunities against Brighton. They do play an open game, so there shouldn't be any problems in regards to us making opportunities. We'll get opportunities. Can we capitalize? And I feel like we should be able to capitalize. So that is my prediction. I'll make a quick prediction in the other game, Man United versus Newcastle. I think that might just be 1-1, I think that might be 1-1, and we will become 6. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about the Manchester City game. Let me know your thoughts about Brighton versus Chelsea. We have to win. We must win to go into Europa League. And I believe Newcastle will drop points against Man United. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for the watch along tomorrow. Until then, everyone, take care. See ya.